Good morning, everybody. This is Granison Shines from Direct Business Marketing. How are you? Grab a cup of Joe. We're going to continue our topic on the shorter stay calculator marketing system regarding banner ads today, okay? So if you have not gotten the shorter stay calculator, if you're a realtor and you're watching us and joining us today, what we're going to do, what we're going to continue to do is go through each and every one of the marketing materials that we provide for you when you obtain the shorter stay calculator marketing system, and we're talking about each one of those in its own right. So, okay, so we have a webinar for each and every one, or we will have a webinar for each and every one of the topics of marketing that we provide. The first time I spoke about blogging, which you'll see right here. Let's take a look at our handy little agenda here. So the first topic, I spoke about blogging. Second, I spoke to you about postcards, then door hangers. I also spoke to you about direct mail letters. Drew spoke to you last week about pay-per-click. Now, if you haven't watched that one, make sure you watch it. He did an excellent topic on pay-per-click ads, on how to do that. And we do manage the pay-per-click ads for you. Well, it's an option. So let us know if you want to explore that option as a marketing piece. Today, we're going to talk about banner ads, okay? So banner ads, they can be placed a lot of different places, and we're going to talk about those today in terms of how to make sure you do the right thing when you're placing banner ads. Banner ads are totally different from all the other topics that we spoke about, but banner ads are a very good way to generate traffic. That's right, it's a very good way to generate traffic, and what we're going to do today, I'm going to talk to you about some of the things that you want to be aware of when you're talking about banner ads. Now, take a look at the graphic here. We have our 5 lead generation sources, right? Remember, our whole marketing campaign is centered on lead generation, lead capture, lead store, and then lead nurture. That blue section right there, that's where the realtor becomes responsible for what you're going to do, okay? So traffic generation, 5 lead generation sources are what we're talking about from our experience and our knowledge, insight, wisdom of marketing. These 5, or not just these 5, but picking 5 different lead generation sources has a very good opportunity to generate leads for you, okay? So we want to go after the market using many different mediums and different places, okay? Therefore, we have this net that we're casting out there, and we're pulling them in all into one spot, which is your shorter stay calculator. That's where we're going to capture the lead. The prospect or the traffic is not a lead until it converts, until they put their name and their email address into the web form that's on your short stay calculator, then it becomes a lead. From there, it automatically goes into the storage portion, which is your email. Depending on the system you have, it's either email or email and your lead capture system. So your Wise Agent, your Account F5, your Top Producer, your MailChimp, your Constant Contact, your iContact, whatever it is, we integrate with those top lead management systems out there in the market. From there, you're responsible for the lead nurturing. Now, we also help with that in terms of we have a drip campaign, and we have a second drip campaign that we're going to usher into the market also for you guys who have the Enhanced Plus. But the second drip campaign has about 9 or 10 different drip campaigns. The first one has 5. The other one will include calls and things like that you'll be able to do. So take a look at that. Once it comes out, you'll get an email. All of you who have the Enhanced Plus guys will get an email stating that it's out, and we'll be emailing it out to you, okay? One other advancement about that, all the marketing materials are going to be in the back end of where you have your login and password. We'll also update you on information on that. And we have another exciting update that I'm excited to announce. I will announce that probably next week, next Wednesday, okay? So let's target that regarding the shorter stay calculator. So here are banner ads. We have 4 different banner ads for you, and we will be coming out with more. We can also make these in different color variations depending on how you want it to pop. We do have the red there. Just from a marketing standpoint, red is a very good color in order that catches the eye. So that's why we have the shorter stay in red. I mean, that was thought about a long time ago when we were developing the marketing materials, even for ourselves. The red's important because it does catch the eye, and that's what we want to do. We want it to catch the eye. We want it to be visible wherever you place it. So yeah, 4 different ones. You have the standard, I think it's 780 by 780 by something. The long one at the bottom. I don't quite remember, but that's a standard size banner ad that you usually see at the foot, at the header and or the footer of other websites that entail banner ad marketing. And the other two there at the top, those are very good for sidebars. But this one right here, the next one is probably the best one for the sidebar. So if you have your own website, we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Having your banner ad in the sidebar on the website can generate a lot of traffic for you. So we'll make sure that we do that. Okay. So let's talk about some of the tips. I have about 3 pages of tips here that I want to go through, 3 slides, I should say. And I could have kept going, but I wanted to just give you some of the more important ones and erase some of the others. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me afterwards. I'll give you the name, all my contact information, you don't already have it. But most of this information I have right here today, with these 3 slides, are going to really solidify your banner ad marketing campaign. Okay, so it will do some great justice. Now, one of the questions that people always ask us before they buy the calculator are the results. And I completely want to re-emphasize that you have to be marketing. You have to be doing something. There is no magic pill in marketing, but if you want to come as close to the magic pill as possible, this is one, because the tool, the shortest stay calculator marketing system that the realtor obtains, then the homeowner or the consumer also looks at. The offer is the right offer we found in the market, so we put it out there in the market. So you have to be doing something in terms of marketing. You should be doing something. So you can't just build it and then they'll come. It's not like that. So the results are all over the place. One thing, the main thing, is that people are getting leads. I had a realtor that we consult with. I walked into his office, and he had a stack of leads like this that they printed off. And they're like, yeah, these are going to turn, some of these have already turned into listings. Some of them are going to turn into listings after the new year. And I heard that from another realtor. She had the same thing, another stack. So it is working, but you have to work it. I just want to reemphasize that, okay? Now, the same thing with banner ads. They work, you just have to work it. So here we are. Here's some information I want to give you. And one of the most important pieces that I want to emphasize is that remember the target market that you're going after. You're going after consumer homeowners, or the consumer market. And that consumer market is vast. You can't just walk down the street and think of someone, well, see someone, and think whether or not they own a home. But the market is still that big. So you're casting this net out there. You want to cast this net out there using online and offline materials that we provide that have been proven to generate leads, generate traffic that has the opportunity to turn into a lead. So remember the target market that you're going after. That's one of the most important things, because most of the time, or a lot of the times, you see people are marketing and they're not remembering the target market. Well, you're going after the homeowner. Again, remember that, right? So everything else that we're going to talk about today falls underneath that very important bullet point, which is the #1 bullet point, okay? So now, talking about that, carefully select where you're going to advertise. So when you are marketing, think like this. Think quality traffic, and think the qualified and quantity of the traffic too, okay? So quality and qualified traffic, you want to make sure that the traffic that you get has what? They have a home, because we're going after short sale listings. So we want to get the lead for short sales. So they want to have that home, or they own one, or they're an investor or whatever, or something like that, and they want to short sale it. So remember that. Also think high volume from a consumer perspective. So you're thinking quality traffic. Now the magic pill in this, or the magic formula, I would say, in this is having a lot of traffic that's highly qualified. Okay, that takes more than one source, and that's why we always lead with those 5 lead generation sources. But you want to think this, especially the banner ads, quality and qualified traffic. You want to think high volume from a consumer perspective. As much volume as we can get, because it's all a numbers game. The more people that go to the site, the more people are going to opt in for the report for the shortest stay calculator. Okay. Now, place the banner ads on non-competing sites with the same target market. Okay. When I say non-competing sites, homeowners are everywhere, from social media sites to cooking sites to kite flying sites to YouTube, whatever it may be. I mean, homeowners are everywhere. So that's why the opportunity is so huge. So, but remember, it's okay to think outside the box and place your banner ad on non-competing sites that have the same target market. And that's just about, there's a lot out there. We can talk about this in more depth, but I'll give you some examples right here. Mortgage companies. You have a mortgage company that is most likely that you're targeted with or that you're partnered with. Ask if you can put a banner on their site. Why? Because that's a lot of times they get traffic, oftentimes more traffic more than the title company. Just by sheer way of how the industry works. You know that. So mortgage companies get traffic. Your hobby. Think of a hobby that you have. Think of something that you like to do and then a website that you frequent, and then ask whether or not they have the opportunity to. You have an opportunity to advertise. Think of your favorite radio station. Radio stations all have websites. So again, you're thinking outside the box. You're targeting or you're partnering with a company that has a site with the same target market but non-competing product. Okay, so that's one for you. If you have a number of websites, and we talk to a lot of realtors that have a number of websites, also put them on your website. Put it on your own websites or your own network of websites. Doesn't matter how many you have. If you can update it, or if you get someone to update it, place it there also. One good place to place it is in the sidebar, which we'll talk about here in a second. But the sidebar has an opportunity to capture traffic because usually the sidebar is on every single page. So when you click, you go from one page to the other, there's usually the sidebar there. Okay, so that leads into where I say placement. Placement on a website is important because the main thing there is you want visibility, right? Visibility will help you tremendously in making sure that you get the right quality traffic and the quantity of traffic that you want, the high volume or the volume of traffic that you want. Remember, it is a numbers game. So when you're placing your banner ad on someone's site, ask if you can choose a location. We placed a banner ad not so long ago on another site, and we asked, can we have that spot right there? Why? Because that was a premium spot. We know that people come in, here in America, we leave from left to right, top to bottom, left to right, right? So left to right, top to bottom. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. So we got right in where the eyes are going to go, and that's what you want to do. Make sure you ask if you can choose the location where you want. Okay. Sometimes some locations may be a little bit more expensive because it is a more premium spot. For instance, header. If you put the longer banner ad on a header, headers tend to be a little bit more only because on the footer you have to scroll down. So anything that's above the fold, which they call, so you don't have to scroll down, above the fold is usually a little bit more expensive, or it could be a lot more expensive depending on who you're marketing with, the traffic that website gets. Which leads me to a good point. Ask about the traffic that the website that you will be marketing on. Ask about the traffic that they get, the click-throughs, or the number of traffic per day. And one thing is, that you really want to key in on are the unique visitors. Okay, I forgot to put that in here, but key in on the unique visitors. That number. Ask how much traffic do you get? Well, I get 10,000 clicks. Well, that's really, really muddy because one person could come in and click 5 times. Okay, no. How many unique visitors do you get? That's the question you want to ask. Okay, so continuing on. Top of the website, center of the website, in the sidebar. Footer is also good. Footer probably my last place. I put the sidebar before the footer, making sure that if I can be above the fold of the sidebar, all good, right? Okay. Newsletters. Newsletters can be twofold. This is a little bit of outside the box thinking. If you have partners that have e-newsletters, great. Most of them, or a lot of them, have the opportunity to have what they call a customized template. And that customized template, especially using Constant Contact is a good one. You can pick a template that has information or certain location spots. And each one of those spots you can customize, and each one of those spots can be something totally different. Now, the way we like to market, we go against the grain on that, but if your client is sending it out, remember, don't always market to people the way you like to be marketed to. So if they are using a template website for e-newsletter or template for their e-newsletter, ask if you can pick one of those spots. One of those that's visible when they first go to the email, boom, do they see it? We got the red on there, it catch the eye, eyes are drawn to it, boom, possible click, right? Make sure you get the link right. We'll talk about that in a second. But the e-newsletters are a good way to generate traffic. Now, again, ask if you can choose location, sidebar, header, things like that. Print newsletters are also good. Print newsletter, that ad will become more like a classified ad. It doesn't have to have the text or anything underneath it if you don't want it to, but you can still use one of the graphics that we've provided for you, put it in the newsletter based on the size, and we can help you customize the size. Classified ads are all over the place when it comes to size. But making sure that that information or that banner ad is on a print newsletter with your URL under it. You have to have that printed underneath it though, okay? Because they can't click on the paper, right? Of course not. So making sure you have that banner ad, maybe the banner ad has the headline usually in it, but then making sure you put your URL underneath it and make sure it's kind of big and bold, preferably the length of the ad itself, okay? Again, preferably your URL, the length of the ad itself. Now, if you're using the longer ad, the 700 something by whatever, then make sure it goes all the way underneath the ad so they can see it. That's a good way to start marketing your banner ad from a print perspective. Okay, so again, inside the sidebar somewhere there, and the header and footer is also a good one there. Now, linking. Here's something that's important: linking and adding links. Online, we made it such that when they click on your banner ad, it goes directly to, you can go directly to your home page. Usually we say pick a landing page. Now, why do we do that? Because sometimes we found that clients in the past, until we get them all straightened out, they'll take a banner ad or something like that, if they're advertising, they'll send it to their home page. Well, we don't want to do that, okay? We do not want to do that. But we designed the calculators that you can do that. So you can have your branded URL. For those of you I've spoken to, you know that word emphatically, your branded URL that you have for your shortest day calculator. You can put that right on, you can hyperlink that right on the banner ad. When they click it, boom, it goes right there. The calculator is above the fold, boom, we're all done, right? That is your landing page. Your home page is your landing page. It's probably the best scenario you can get. So making sure it goes directly to your calculator site, not your, your other site, not your, then they try to click on the banner ad from that site. No, take them directly to your shorter stay calculator website that we provided for you. Offline, again, add the SOS URL, your branded URL, on whatever media that they're going to be using, if it's offline or print, okay? Social media, this is a good one, okay? Do not omit social media, but use it sparingly, because people are there to be social. When we talk about this kind of topic that's very, what's the word I usually use? It's very, what's the word? I'm just drawing a blank here. Anyway, they want information anonymously. If they can get that information anonymously, then boom, they can do that, okay? This is a sensitive subject. I think that's the word I use. This is a sensitive subject that you want to give them information on the DL, and putting it in there sparingly is okay, all right? So nothing wrong with that. Other advertising mediums, apartment finder magazines, the home finder magazines, those free magazines that you see at the restaurants, and you look inside, they have homes, the ones you see in the grocery stores that you can, usually you walk right in, there's somewhere on the side, a little basket-like thing, a little shelf-like thing. All those magazines, now they'll charge you, and they're very inexpensive, but they usually have a pretty large circulation where you can advertise for a minimal amount of bucks. Now, again, the ones that for homes or apartment ones, think about it like this. Those who are looking for an apartment may be moving from a home, and that's an opportunity to short sale. Okay, they start to look at their options that they have out there. So that's something that you want to do. They work very well. Again, a lot of them have some really good circulation, and they can be inexpensive. And make sure you just track everything on on where they're coming from and things like that, okay? So here's a handy little diagram again. Remember, 5 lead-generating items. We have the generate, capture, store, nurture. Want to make sure we do that. Picking those 5 mediums directly to your shortest day calculator, putting them in a storage selection spot, either in the back of your website, through the capture that we have or directly into your lead management system. And then from there, nurturing. 2 ways to nurture. 1, you should be calling Mr. and Mrs. Realtor. And then 2, we also have the drip campaign that can come after that. Okay, so I'm Granison Shines. Here's my information. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I will answer the call if I'm not in the meeting. Otherwise, I'll answer the call once I'm out of the meeting. Okay. Any questions, again, give me a shout, directbusinessmarketing.com. Refer your other realtor friends. If they're doing short sales to the shortorstay.com/agents page, and we will also make sure that we take care of them too. Okay? Signing out. Have a great Wednesday, and we will see you next week. Thank you.